Bwana, leo tuko hapa KICC. So there's a public engagement matters PPP. What is PPP? Public-Private Partnership. And now we have one of the PPP Directorate officers. You can maybe introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name is Onyonyi. I'm the capacity building expert at the PPP Directorate of the National Treasury.
Okay, so I would like you to maybe briefly tell us all about this sensitization and public engagement. What is it all about? Is it coming to change the 2016 PPP Act, or what is it all about?
You know, public participation on issues relating to government is entrenched in the Constitution. So we are actually just ensuring that we comply by what is required to ensure that Kenyans have an opportunity to lend their voice in whatever decisions we are making. Currently, we are in the process of revising the PPP Act 2021, doing some minor amendments. Initially, there was the PPP Act 2013, which was overhauled in 2021. So now the PPP Act 2021 is undergoing some minor amendments, and we'd like to get public input in the process. In addition, we are also reviewing the PPP general regulations and also the PPP project management regulations. So because these are very important, they have significant impact on the people of Kenya, it is important that we have a cross-section of Kenyans making input in the process.
Just a quick question regarding the investor confidence and viability of projects and bankability. Why is it so that PPP projects takes a long time of like 18 months instead of, it is my money. So you only need to verify my documents, then I do my project. So
as you know, with PPP, it is a process, and the process is governed by law. And actually, it is because of the need to significantly reduce the time taken for a PPP project to move from the beginning to the end that the Act was overhauled, so as to shorten the process, make it much easier to undertake PPP projects, and ensure that we undertake the projects within the shortest possible time. In fact, 18 months is very reasonable, because if you go by global standards, some take even 10 years or more before they come to fruition. But now on our side, you can see like the Nairobi Expressway took a very short time. And if you look at the Nairobi-Nakuru Summit Road, it is moving very fast. And it is a PPP project. So the other day, we had a mission from Namibia. They were here just to learn on how to undertake PPP. And they were very impressed with the speed with which we undertake our PPP projects currently. In fact, it is because Kenyans have set a very high threshold for performance. So that's why we are under pressure to ensure that we deliver within the shortest period of time.
Okay, so many Kenyans don't know about PPP, how it works, regarding how the government now offers the land, then the private investor comes in with the project. So kuna wale wanasema, like you remember 2024, the Onyonyi issue, or wanauza airport. Can you just clarify to
Kenyans? Actually, it is true, but we are doing something about it. We are now enhancing our outreach program to ensure that people understand PPP better. Because the notion that had been created earlier out of lack of awareness was that we were giving away public assets at a throwaway price. And that's not the case. In any PPP project, the public asset remains the property of the government, even during the concession period. The only difference is that the private party is conferred commercial rights, but the property will never ever, be transferred to a third party. So that was a mistaken notion. So we have got programs to reach out to people. In fact, this engagement program is one of them, because apart from just going through the regulations and the amendments to the PPP Act, we are also taking the opportunity to enlighten people about PPP generally. You can see in the beginning, first half of the day was just taking the participants through PPP process. So it's an opportunity that we use also to educate people about PPP.
So regarding what's your call to also now to Kenyans? And what should we expect now? There was the Mombasa Expressway, which will be a game changer, and also JKIA.
Yeah, I think now that the processes are being streamlined and the contracting authorities are in a better position to undertake PPP programs effectively and efficiently, we are going to see more PPP projects. You know, currently there is the challenge of fiscal space because the government doesn't have enough money to undertake the development programs that Kenyans expect. And therefore, PPP is there to provide an alternative means of financing these projects. So I'm sure we are going to do much more, especially with the support of all and sundry.
So just like shares, how we buy shares, can Kenyans now start investing in NIF, National Infrastructure Fund, and also the Gen maybe?
Yeah, you know, the National Infrastructure Fund and the Project Facilitation Fund, which runs PPP, are complementary. The National Infrastructure Fund invests in infrastructure projects, and not just for purposes of ensuring that we put up infrastructure, but also the fund has an income which has a profit on it, because the fund has to be self-sustaining. It has to, it has to earn income from there. So I think with that one, we are providing a sustainable way of financing infrastructure projects. And on the other side, we have PPP, which is also providing alternative means of procuring investors for purposes of, procuring investment projects.
So is NIF like how I can buy shares at NIF?
No. NIF, it is a fund. It's a government fund.
So where are the funds coming from?
The funds come from various activities that are taken by the government that would enable it to, realize income. For example, when the government sells its stakes in various state corporations, it gets funds which go into the national infrastructure funds. And the fund itself is not idle. The money is reinvested.
Okay.
So once it is invested, it multiplies so that it is possible for the government to undertake more infrastructure projects, and for the fund also to ensure there is sustainability.
Okay, yeah, I was asking that because I thought maybe ni kama shares, watu wanaweza nunua shares, wana invest kwa hizo projects, then they gain back as the private investor maybe. You need to think of that, eh?
No, yeah. But anyway, maybe that one is something that you can take up with the fund at a later stage.
So,
yeah, okay.